So let's look at it. So this is Germany. To me, it looks like a bouquet of flowers. That's what I always call it. And Germany is full of these beautiful, lovely flowers. And as you take a walk on the streets of Germany, it's like, or in summers and especially in the springtime, it's such a beautiful place. Okay, so that's how Germany is. And so I even like to look at the map every time and think of flowers. Okay, so let's get started with our quiz for today. Yeah, anyone? What's the capital of Germany?
Berlin.
Very good. Currency?
Euros.
Euro.
That's right. Yes, that's right. The number of states in this country? Anyone? Okay, so Germany has 16 states.
16
Yes,
states.
that's right, 16. Yes, that's right. Excellent. Any neighboring countries? And how many neighboring countries? Of course, the map is before you, so you can even look at it and tell me the answer.
Denmark, UK.
Denmark, ma'am. Belgium,
Yes.
France, Switzerland.
France.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Poland.
totally it has very
Australia.
good. So totally, yes.
Not Australia, Austria.
Austria, that's right. So it has 9 neighboring countries. Okay, it shares its
Yeah, ma'am.
borders with 9 other countries. Yeah. Any idea who's the chancellor, present chancellor of Germany?
Olaf Scholz.
Very good. Yeah, it's Olaf Scholz. And we all knew the previous chancellor, right? Who was the previous chancellor?
Mrs. Merkel.
That's Angela Merkel. Okay, Angela Merkel. Okay. 2 things Germany is famous for. Anything that comes to your mind?
Hitler, ma'am.
Hitler.
Hitler? Okay. Okay. Any other thing?
Jews.
Good thing?
Higher
BMW.
It's famous
Yeah,
for
that's right.
cars.
Cars.
Very good language.
Very. Yes. Okay. That's
Machine
quite a few
language.
things it's- Wow. Very good. Machine language.
It's famous for
Automobiles.
beer too.
Music also. ma'am.
Automobiles. That's right. Beer. Okay. Football. So many things it's famous for. Okay. What's the biggest beer festival in Germany called? Any idea?
Can
Oktoberfest.
you repeat the question?
Yeah. The biggest beer festival in Germany.
Oktoberfest.
Oktoberfest.
Yes, it is Oktoberfest, but ironically, it is celebrated in September, okay, and it ends on the 1st or 2nd of October, but it's called as Oktoberfest, and it goes on for 2 long weeks. Okay, German cars, any cars that come to your mind?
Mercedes.
Volkswagen.
Volkswagen, very good. You
Audi.
pronounced it so correctly. Audi, that's right.
BMW.
BMW, sure. Any German word used in India too? Any German word that you know that's used in India as well?
Kindergarten.
Very good. I like that. Kindergarten is a German word. Yeah. Any other word? Okay, good. So we'll see what are the German words that we actually have been using in India, but we have not, we probably don't
Iceberg.
realize that it's a German. Very good. Yes, iceberg. Okay, so let's look at, the colors of the German flag.
Black, red, and yellow.
Black, red, yellow.
Black, red, yellow.
Good, good. Oh, so exciting that you all know so much of this country. So some interesting facts about Germany, okay, okay, so, most of the taxis in Germany are Mercedes, okay, so that's one fact. This is the highway or the expressway in Germany, and it's called as Autobahn, okay, auto it means cars and bahn, okay, so Autobahn means an expressway. And the interesting fact is that 65% of autobahns in Germany have no speed limit. Okay, And then some of the cars that we have already spoken about. So all these are from Germany. So when someone mentioned Volkswagen, okay, so you pronounced it so correctly. Most of the times we pronounce it as V, so Volkswagen, that's wrong, it's Volkswagen. And along with that, in the ad of Volkswagen, they end it with a two-letter, two
Das
words.
Auto.
Very good. Yes. Das Auto. So das Auto means the car. Okay. Auto is car in German. So das Auto is the car. Good. Some more fun facts about Germany. So we spoke about, one of the famous things in Germany is beer. So there are 1,300 beer breweries in Germany, and they all together produce over 5,000 types of beer. So no wonder Germans are the world's second biggest beer drinkers. Okay, and then there are over 300 different kinds of bread in Germany. So if you would go to Germany to a bakery, that's what is a bakery, you wouldn't actually really know which bread to select. So it's 300 different types of bread in Germany. And what's this picture?
It's a festa.
Bayern Munich.
Bayern Munich.
Yeah, Bayern Munich. Okay.
Football.
Bayern, yes, that's right. It's a football club, Bayern Munich. So Munich in German is called Munich, and there are more football fan clubs in Germany than anywhere else in the world. Yeah. Any idea? So we all grew up reading fairy tales, right? The Grimm's fairy tales. So do you recollect one of this? Anyone?
Hansel and
Hansel
Gretel.
and Gretel.
Very good. Yeah, Hansel and Gretel. Okay. And there are other fairy tales that we all recollect, like Snow White and Rapunzel. They were all created by the German brothers, Jacob and Wilhelm Grimm. So in English, they are actually called as Grimm's fairy tales. Okay. So it was created by these two brothers, Jacob and Wilhelm Grimm, who were Germans. And Adidas and Puma, all those who are sports lovers, I'm sure you must be always like wanting to buy these brands. So Puma and Adidas are brothers in the sense. Puma was founded by Rudolf Dassler and Adidas by his brother Adolf Dassler. So actually a feud between these two German siblings resulted in these two world famous shoe brands. Okay, so this is also from Germany. And we also know that Germans are the world leaders in engineering. And remember that 1/3 of Germany is powered by renewable energy like solar panels and windmills, etc. And we just, finished the Christmas season, and Germany is known for its Christmas traditions. In fact, the Christmas tree that we all put up during the whole month of December is from Germany. Okay, so the tradition began in Germany. Let's look at some wonders of technology. I just leave you with two wonders. Okay, this is one of it. It's the Magdeburg water bridge. That is a water bridge in this place called Magdeburg. Maybe you can Google it later and you can read. So we've all seen in our country, a flyover on top of on top of a road, but we've not seen an aqueduct on top of a river, right? So that is one thing that's, a wonder over there in Germany. So this is the largest canal underbridge in Europe, and it was constructed and opened in 2003. And another thing is the Wuppertal-Schwebebahn. Schwebebahn is a suspension railway. Okay, so this is monorail. It's actually a monorail. It began its operation 120 years ago, and it is the oldest elevated railway with hanging cars in the world and a unique system in Germany. So actually it runs above the river called Wupper, and that's why it's been named as Wuppertalschwebe. Okay. Yeah. And a list of German education. Kids don't start school until they are 6 years old in Germany. And children are gifted with a Schultutor. Okay, it's a large cone, probably as big as the size of the kid. Okay, and it is filled with goodies and cakes and chocolates. And the first time kids enter school, they are given this as a gift. It is meant to relieve the stress of time. There are more than 380 universities in Germany, 17 technical universities. Colleges in Germany have been tuition-free since 2014. And that is the reason why the German language has become even more popular in our country, because, the universities have been opened for Indian students as well, and the tuition is free over there. Okay, so now coming to the language. So I would call German the fun language. Of course, it's a tough language, but then I believe that if I have learned it, then anyone can learn it. So German is the official language of 5 countries, including Germany, Switzerland, Austria, Luxembourg, and Liechtenstein. So though the dialects are different, but they have German as their official language. Okay, it also is spoken in South Tyrol, and it's one of the national languages of Namibia. German is the 3rd most commonly taught language in the world, and the easiest thing about German is that it follows the Latin script, just like in English. Okay, so if we were to learn Chinese or Mandarin or Japanese, then what happens? Even the script is different, so we have to learn the script along with all the other grammar and things like that. But here, the thing is, the script is something that's known to us Indians, and so we just go about learning the grammar, which becomes very easy. And of course, German is the gateway to a world-class higher education. We're all aware of it. Okay, and we know that the English alphabet the English language has 26 alphabets, right? And it is so in German as well. Plus, they have 3 extra alphabets, like you can see in the last line. You have this A, O, U with these 2 funny-looking dots on top of it. So that is, the dots on top are called as umlauts. Okay, so it is A umlaut, O umlaut, and U umlaut. So you have these 3 extra letters and another character which is similar to the beta symbol. We all know the beta symbol, right? So so we have 4 extra characters apart from these 26 letters. Okay, so before we move further, maybe some of you all can tell me what is your motivation in joining today's session, and if you're looking forward to learn the language, what is your language learning goal? Maybe I would like to listen to 2 or 3 of you. What is your language learning goal or your motivation for having joined the session today?
Because I like studying extra courses like subjects.
Very nice, very good. Thank you.
I like to learn more languages to have the interaction with people.
Very good. Thank you so much.
Ma'am, I was planning to go to Germany for a higher studies, so it's important to know German language. So I wanted to know
Excellent.
how it is.
Yes, excellent. Anyone else? One more person?
Want to become a multilinguistic person.
Wow, a polyglot. Okay, very nice, very nice. Okay, so basically, let me tell you a little bit about why I learned German and why I now teach German. So, most of you all heard when Meghna introduced me. So, basically, this was not my subject, but then, like, my husband, yeah, around 15 years ago, my husband was transferred to Germany from his company. And so we all, as a family, had to move to Germany. And we were initially, asked to go there just for a year. So I was at home for a year because I went on a dependent visa. And then later it got extended. So I realized that, my husband would be busy traveling, and I had two boys and I had to take care of them. They were kids at that time. So I had to take them to the school and, bring them back and then go for shopping and things like that. And I realized that anything I would ask in English was not answered. In fact, like, it was not even welcomed by the people there. They wouldn't even stop to look at you or to listen to you if they know that you are not talking in German. So that's when I realized that when his assignment got extended, that I need to be doing this language, learning this language. And that's how I was forced to actually go to a German school, and I learned German. So my teacher who taught me German was from Poland, and she had married a German, and that's how she had come to Germany. And then she started teaching German. So basically, she was someone who did not understand English or could not even communicate in English. So, she was only teaching German through German. So it was literally tough for some of us Indians who were attending the session. And we, like many times, she would actually communicate to us. Say, for example, if she wants to say that, this boy and this girl are getting married. So she would, take out her ring and then put her ring on her left finger, showing that, like a marriage. I mean, she's communicating to us that this boy and this girl are getting married. So literally, it was like we had to try to figure out as to what she was explaining to us. So then imagine the grammar. It was literally tough, and not much was available on Google at that point in time. So we really struggled. So that's when, like, when we moved back to India, we were there for 4 years. And when we moved back to India, I decided that I would want to, since I've learned this language, I would want to, like make this language fun and interesting for Indians who are going to Germany. And that's how I did a lot of work, a lot of study, a lot of Googling. And I decided that, like I should be thorough with this language and I should start making it, very easy for Indians. And that is how I jumped into basically this teaching. And though it is not, my background, but then I enjoy doing it, and it's so much fun. And it's even so much fun, to see the expression on the faces of the people in my classes when they literally don't understand, and when they try to rack their brains as to why the grammar is so tough and things like that. But then it's so fun when you learn it in a group. Okay. And many of my students have, taken up these A1, A2, B1 certificates, like uh, passing with 90 plus percentage, and most of them are in Germany now. So that's the background of why I learned German, and why I switched to teaching German. Okay, so let's start off. Los geht's. Let's start with what we are supposed to do now. If you don't have a book and a pen with you, I would just give you 30 seconds. Maybe you can go and grab a book and pen, because I feel it's fun only when we try to, actually take down notes and understand it well. So 30 seconds, please grab a book and pen for yourself, and maybe a cup of hot water or chai, and then we are good to go. Yeah. So let's start. So let's look at some of the familiar German words that we use in English and in India, but we are not aware that it's a German word. Okay, so Volkswagen is one of them. So Volks actually means people and Wagen is a cart. Okay, so that's the two. When you split the words, that's the meaning. Volks is people and Wagen is a cart or a car. Yeah, then someone also came up with this word, kindergarten. So kinder means children and garten is a garden. So it literally means a garden of children. Okay, so kindergarten is that. So another word with kinder, we all know that our kids right now love this chocolate, Kinder Joy. Okay, yeah. And then Wunderkind. We use this many times in English, okay? So we say a Wunderkind, okay? So I say Wunder because U in German is pronounced as U, okay? So U is pronounced as U. When we look at the alphabets, we look at the pronunciation. So it's Wunderkind. Kind is a child. Kinder is the plural of kind, which is children. Okay, so kind is a child and Wunder means wonder. So we say wonder, a wonder child when, you know, someone has done exceptionally good in something. We also use the word prodigy, child prodigy. So Wunderkind means that. And then, yeah, someone did mention iceberg. Okay, so iceberg is literally a German word and the spelling in German is with EIS. So iceberg, okay. So that's also a German word. And then, yeah, the word Uber. You know, Germans, when they come to India, they're so surprised that we just use this word Uber left, right, and center. Like we say, oh, that's so uber cool. Okay, so Uber, the spelling is in German is in the brackets. Uber actually means above or beyond. And then the word angst. Okay, so in German, it's pronounced as Angst. You know, like say, my hair fall causes me angst. Okay, angst is like fear or worry or something like that. And it's the same meaning in German as well, pronounced as Angst. And the word fest, we all know, you know, we all have a college fest and, you know, sports fest and things like that. So fest literally means festival. Yeah, I don't know. I've not heard this kaput much in Bangalore, but I've heard it in Delhi. Does anyone know what kaput means? Have you all been using this word in your communities? Okay, so kaput is basically used when something is not working. Say, people would say, my car is kaput or my computer is kaput. It literally means that it's not working. And the German spelling of that word is in the bracket with double T. Yeah, and this word Wanderlust, in German it's pronounced as Wanderlust, okay? So we, in English, we say it's Wanderlust. So, you know, the desire to keep wandering, to keep traveling. So Wander and Lust. Lust is desire in German, okay? And wander is to wander. Rucksack. So rucksack is a backpack, we all know, and the word is actually German. Ruck means back. Okay, so rucksack is a backpack. Waltz. So dance lovers would know this. It's a dance, okay, and the word is German. Yeah. Hinterland. Okay, so we use this a lot of time when we want to refer to some, you know, woodlands that's not been, you know, used, or sometimes your backyard, also you call it as hinterland. So hinter is behind and Land is a land, okay? So Hinterland is from Germany. And hamster, we all know that tiny, cute rodent that we sometimes have as pets at home. Hamster is from German. And then the word Schadenfreude. This has been in use of late. If you know what it means exactly, Schadenfreude means when I take pleasure at the misfortune of someone else. Okay, so I am, so happy that my sibling has flunked in his exam. So then that is moment is called Schadenfreude. Okay, that's basically taking pleasure in the misfortune of someone else. So these are a few familiar German words that we use here in India, but we are not aware that it's actually from Germany or they are German words. Okay, so let's move further with alphabets and pronunciations. So as I said, we have 26 alphabets like in the English language. 3 alphabets are umlauted. So umlauted means they have those 2 dots on top. Okay. So, for us, we in our keyboards, we do not have these dots. So basically, I teach my children by putting these, the dash on top of these alphabets. Or in some books, we also have, when it's an umlauted alphabet, when A is umlauted, it has an E beside it. Similarly, when O is umlauted, it has an E beside it. And when U is umlauted, it has an E beside it. Okay, so all these are just the adjustments that's done, but the basic character is A with 2 dots, O with 2 dots on top, and U with 2 dots on top. Of course, in your phone, it's available. So if you want to try it right now, you can do that. Just go to the keypad in your phone, and you can long press A. When you long press A, you get A with 2 dots on top. Can you just try that out? And it's similar with O and U as well. Just go to the alphabet O and long press it. You would get a lot of options, at least 6 options. And one of the options is O with 2 dots on top, and similarly with U. Okay, I hope you got that. Okay, and
Yes,
then
ma'am.
very good, very good. So
Yes, ma'am.
good. Yeah, good. Very good. So the next one is the 4th alphabet, which is new to German, is called as SZ. And as I said, it looks like a beta symbol. Okay, and it's pronounced as SZ. Okay, and basically, when I don't have it in my keyboard, what I do is I just, put double S. Okay, so how you get it in your keypad in the phone is just go to the alphabet S and long press it. You would get this beta symbol. Go to the alphabet S and long press it. You would get. Yes,
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 ma'am.
yes, that's right. Okay, so it's easy in our phones, but it's not there in our systems, in our desktops and our laptop. So that's why it's a struggle when you type from here, but from the phone it's easy. Okay, so let's go to these alphabets. So as I said, the script is similar to English, but then the pronunciation is definitely different. Okay, the phonetics are different. So look at A. A is pronounced as A, just like our Indian languages. B is Be, Se, De, A, F. You have Ge, Ha, E. So I is E, remember that. Now, this is something different. J is yacht. Okay, the alphabet J is yacht. So when it combines with another alphabet, or when you look at it in a word, when you encounter this alphabet in a word, what happens? You have to start its pronunciation with y. Okay, you don't say, now suppose J-A. J-A in German means yes, okay, ja. So you don't say yota, okay, you just say, you take the pronunciation, the initial pronunciation, which is ya, and ya, which is yes. Okay, so we'll learn a bit more about it later. So K is ka. Yeah, you don't, it's not car, it's ka. Okay, just C-A-A you can write. L, M, N, O, pay. So P is pay. Q is ku. R is air. Okay, so R is one word which literally should be heard, like very vividly, like air. Okay, so they make that pronunciation very clear. S, T is te, and U, as I said, is u. Okay, so U is u. Again, V is different. Okay, so when you see V, you should remember that it's foul. Okay, so V is foul. W is way. X is X. Y is upsilon. It's upsilon. And the alphabet Z is pronounced as set. Set, okay? And then you have this umlauted characters, 3 umlauted characters. So you have it for A, O, U. You don't have it for E and I, the other 2 vowels. It's just 3 vowels that have this umlaut. And then you have that beta symbol, which is S set. Okay, so what we'll do right now is, since it's not a physical class and we are a huge number here, you keep yourself muted and just try to pronounce this along with me. So we'll start pronouncing now. 1, 2, 3, go. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, M, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Okay, so did you all get it? Good. So A to Z. Okay, so let's look at the umlauted characters next. Okay, so let's look at the difference between A and A umlaut. So as I said in my slide, for umlaut, I have put a dash on top of that particular alphabet. So A is pronounced as R. So let's look at it in these 2 words. So what is V pronounced as? V, remember, is foul. Okay, so the single alphabet V is foul. So when you, pronounce it in a word, you have to just take the starting pronunciation for. So V-A-T-E-R is Vater. Vater means father in German. Okay, so Vater is father. Okay, the next word is Apfel. Okay, A is R, so Apfel. Apfel is apple. Okay, so Vater and Apfel. So moving down to A umlaut. So A is pronounced as R and A umlaut is pronounced as A. Okay, A. So look at the word bear. Okay, so A umlaut is A, so bear. Bear is bear is bear in English also with the spelling B-E-A-R. Okay, so that bear, the animal, the fuzzy wuzzy bear. Okay, so it's bear. And the next word is Ersten. A, umlaut is A, right? So Ersten. R, you have R, which is air. Okay, so Ersten is a female doctor. A female doctor is an Ersten. Okay. Good. So with A, you have learned two words, Vater, which is father, and Apfel, which is apple. And with A umlaut, you have A umlaut is pronounced as A. So you have bear, which is bear, and Ersten, which is a female doctor. All okay? Okay, the next vowel, E. Okay, so E is A. If you go back to the pronunciations, E is A. Okay, so in English, we pronounce it as English, but in German, it's English. Okay, English. E is A, English. English. And elf. Elf is the number 11. 11 is elf. So E is pronounced as A in German, and it's English and elf. Okay, I is pronounced as E, so I is E. So let's look at the words. Eagle, eagle is an eagle. Okay, so it's eagle. And fish, fish is a fish. Okay, eagle and fish. Just the spelling of fish is different, just like how it was different in English. Now O. O is O itself. So over is a ear, my ear, okay, the part of my body with which I listen. Okay, over is my ear, and Obst is a fruit. Like Apfel ist ein Obst. Okay, so apple is a fruit. Apfel ist ein Obst. So Obst is fruit. Yeah, and O umlaut is pronounced as U. U. Okay, so O is O itself. O umlaut is U. So Österreich. Österreich is the German word for Austria, the country Austria. Okay, the country Austria in German is called Österreich. Okay. And another word, I like this word, schön. Okay, O umlaut is U, so SCH is sure. Schön. Schön means beautiful. Schön is beautiful. Yeah. Next, U. So I said
What
U
schön,
is
ma'am?
U. Schön is beautiful. Yeah, so we've already seen U is U. So U is U. So Unterricht. Unterricht. Wir sind in einem Unterricht. Unterricht is a class. Okay, so we are in a class now. So Unterricht is a class. And unser. Unser is our. O-U-R, our. Okay. So unser Unterricht, our class. Okay. And now U umlaut. Okay. So U umlaut is pronounced as U. U. U was pronounced as U, and U umlaut is U. So you have Tür. Tür is a door. And drücken. Drücken means to push. Okay, so ich drücke eine Tür.
Excuse
So
me,
I'm
ma'am. If you
pushing.
don't mind, can you please repeat?
Yeah. So U umlaut is pronounced as U. Okay, so Tour and Drucken. Tour is a door and Drucken is to push.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, you're welcome. No problem. Okay, so we just concentrated on the vowels right now, A, E, I, O, U, and plus the 3 umlauted vowels. Okay, so let's recap. Have a recap. A is pronounced as A, so Vater and Apfel. A umlaut is pronounced as A, which is bear and erstem. E is pronounced as A, which is English and elf. I is pronounced as E, which is eagle and fish. O is pronounced as over and obst. O umlaut is pronounced as U, which is Österreich and Schuh. U is pronounced as U, which is Unterricht and Unser. And U umlaut is pronounced as U, which is Tour and Drucken. Okay, so why are we concentrating only on the vowels? So let me tell you that German is a phonetic language. Okay, so basically by phonetic, I mean you just get to know the pronunciation of the alphabets correctly, okay, and concentrate more on the vowels, and we definitely will not make a mistake in the pronunciations. Okay, so if we know the alphabets correctly in German and concentrate on the vowels in any word, then we definitely will not make a mistake in the pronunciation of a word in German. So German is a phonetic language. And the second thing, I don't know, we all learn English and we also forget most of it. So diphthongs are very, very important. When two vowels come together, how is it pronounced? Okay, that is very, very important in German. Okay, so for example, when A and I, so these are all combination of two vowels. When A and I or E and I come together, it is pronounced as I. Okay, like our English I. So I have given some examples here. EI is I again, which means an egg. And my, M-A-I, my means May, the month May. Okay, the next one, the combination of A and U together would be au. Okay, like in auk. Auk means also. Okay, so it's a very commonly used word in German. If someone orders for tea and I'm also with that person and I also want to order tea, we in English we say me too, but in German we say ich auch, I also. So ish is I and auk is also. We'll be learning about ish later. Okay, so this auk is a very commonly used word in Germany. And the other word Auge is an eye. Okay, E-Y-E-I, our body part. Okay, then when E and U are combined together, the pronunciation is oi. Okay, oi. So Europa. So Germany is in Europe, right? So Germany is in Europa. Europa is the continent and the currency is euro, is pronounced as euro. Okay, and then IE, when it's combined, you pronounce it as E. So nie, which means never, and Z, which means you. Okay, nie is never, and S, when you see S at the beginning of many words in German, usually you start its pronunciation with z, like in English z. Okay, so it's pronounced as Z. So Z is U. U in the sense it's formal U, like aap in Hindi. So when you have to give respect, so that U is Z.
What Z, ma'am?
U. Y-O-U. U. Formal U.
Ma'am, what is EI? I, the first one.
I is egg, an egg.
Also, Fauzan had raised his hand. Do you have a question?
Yeah, ma'am, I had a question.
Yeah.
You mentioned the pronunciation of O umlaut and U. They are found to be pretty similar. Could you please elaborate on how to
Yes.
distinguish between their pronunciation?
Yes, so we'll come back to that. There are 2-3 alphabets whose pronunciation are similar. Okay, so after this slide, I wanted to go back on that and to clarify on that. We'll do that now. So is this clear? Everything in this slide is clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So now let's go back to our alphabet slide.
Ma'am, we also have a question from Shreya. She wants to know how to pronounce joy.
J-O-Y, joy, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So J-O-Y, joy is not a German word. It's an English word. So it's definitely pronounced as joy itself. Okay. A German has a different word for joy. Okay. But then if you're taking J-O-Y as an example, and since J is yacht, so then definitely you have to pronounce it as joy. But then that is not a word in German. Okay. But then because J is yacht, you have to start pronouncing it with Y. Okay. We'll look at some words like that. Yeah. So now going back to the alphabets. Okay. Now tell me which alphabet is pronounced as U? Which alphabets are pronounced as U? Anyone?
U.
Very good. There's one more alphabet.
O umlaut.
Very good. Okay. So U and O umlaut have the similar pronunciation. In the sense, like it's similar for us as Indians when we look at it. Okay. For Germans, it may be different. Okay. But then the pronunciation for us is similar. Why I say similar? Because Germans look at U as an alphabet and O umlaut as a different alphabet, though the pronunciation is similar. But for us, we are looking at more at the pronunciation because we already know the alphabet in English, okay? So let's remember that U and O umlaut have the similar pronunciation. Very good. Okay. Any other two alphabets have a similar pronunciation?
E and A umlaut.
Very good. Very good. Okay. So E is pronounced as A and A umlaut. Actually, A umlaut is pronounced as A. Okay. So it's like because you're not seeing me and we're not in a physical class, you would not understand it exactly. But then, yes, when you listen to it in a word, its pronunciation is similar. But actually, E is A. And A umlaut is A, where like the tongue is brought down a little. But then in a word, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make a difference. Okay, it sounds the same. So very good. E and A umlaut also have the similar pronunciation. Okay, so got it. So any other doubts in these alphabets and their pronunciations?
Wouldn't Z and S sound the same in a word?
Exactly. So Yeah, so Z and S would sound similar, but when we encounter a word like that, we will just look at it. Okay, sure. Okay, then also remember that J is different because we all are learning German through English. So we will look at J and start pronouncing it as joy. But then when we look at it, from German I, then you have to start pronouncing it as year. Okay, yacht, year. Okay. Similarly with V, when you look at it, through the German I, you should start pronouncing it as fur, fowl and fur. Okay, like farter, like we looked at that example. Okay, so let's move further now. Yeah, now we'll move on to the next step of trying to frame small sentences. So this we all know in English. If I just say he, she, or I just take a name Rita or Sita, it's just that I'm talking about the subject. I mean, I'm just talking about a person. I'm just saying Rita. Is it a sentence? It's not a sentence. I'm just taking a name. Okay. So if I say he, she, they, or
No,
Rita
ma'am.
or Ramesh, it's not a sentence. That's right. So basically, they are all subjects of the sentence. Okay. If I say he drinks or she dances or they are coming. Okay, so this sentence has a subject, which is he, and a verb, which is an action word like drinks or dances. Or so this is a sentence. Okay, so I say he drinks or I say she dances. Okay, so it is a sentence. Okay, and it also ends with this punctuation mark called full stop. So it is a sentence. Okay, but then for a complete sentence, I need to say he drinks tea. When I say he drinks, like we get a lot of things in our mind, whether he's drinking tea or whether he drinks beer or what is it, right? But then if I say he drinks tea, then that is a complete sentence. There's no more question that anyone could ask about him, right? So he is the subject, drinks is the verb, and tea is the object of the sentence. Okay. So the similar thing now we will be looking at it in German. So every subject and verb should be in agreement. Okay, so we know that in English. I can't say I drinks water. That doesn't go well, right? That's not grammatically correct. Or I can't say you drinks water. That's also not correct. Or I can't say he drink water. Right? So we have the subject and verb agreement in English, which we all know, right? Like, I'm not sure if we have literally learned it in this formal way. I don't remember at all. But then we know that this is how it should go. Like when it's plural, we say we drink water or we drink tea. We don't say we drinks tea. Just because we is plural, we don't put an S to the verb, right? So this is how it is in English. So this is what we will be looking at in German first. So once we look at this, then we can start framing our first few sentences in German. Okay. So let's look at the subject of the sentence. Okay, so if the subject is some name like Rita or Sita or whatever, it's easier for us. But then when we want to use these pronouns like I, you, he, she, that is what we are learning now. So this is ish. Okay, CH is pronounced as sh, and ish means I. Okay, and then we have you. So two ways of addressing people. You, one is do. Okay, D and U, which is U is what U, right? So do. So do is you in the informal setup, in the sense like you can use that among friends and among siblings. But Z is you in a formal setup where you can, when you have to address elders or your colleagues or whatever, then Z is used. So Z is the one that we've seen already. So do and Z are you. Okay. And then we have er, e and r. Er means he. Er is he. And we again have z over here, but this z is with, a small s. So we'll, learn more about it as we start conjugating verbs. So this z means she. So er is he, z is she, and s is it, it.
Ma'am, can you come again, ma'am?
Yeah, sure. So ish, the first one, ish is I. Do is you. You informal means like for friends and for your peers, you can use this do. And Z, which is the formal you, is used in an office setup or with elders. It's a formal. So when I say formal, remember it's Z. And when I say informal you, it's do.
Z means, ma'am?
You. Okay, and then we have er, which is he. And again Z, which means she. This Z over here means she. Okay, so this will become more clearer as we go down the line, okay, further. S means it. Okay. Yeah, very good. And then ear, IHR is I is E, right? So ear. Ear is you all. You all. Okay, so it's a plural of you. Okay, so I can say you do your homework. So that means I'm telling one person. I can say you all do your homework. So that way I'm telling to many people. Okay, so it's a plural. Then wir, W is they, if you remember. Okay, so they, and I is E, wir. Wir means we. And then you have one more Z. This Z means they.
Ma'am, ear.
Ear means you all. You all, okay, you all. Wir means we. And Z means they. Very good. Yes, correct. Okay, so don't panic, seeing 3 Z's on the screen right now, and you may wonder how will I figure out which Z is she and which Z is they. We will, understand it as we learn how to conjugate verbs. Okay, so now an important note. The formal you, that is Z, which is in caps lock, is always in capitals even in the middle of a sentence. Okay, so that Z, formal Z, you literally have to, respect it even in the middle of a sentence. Okay. Is this all clear? It may be a little boring right now, but it's fun as you start trying to make sentences. Okay, so now let's look at conjugating verbs. Okay, conjugating verbs, like how we saw I drink, he drinks. So that's the same way we are going to do for these verbs now. Okay, so let me tell you the meaning of the verbs over here first. So lernen, the word lernen means to study. The word spielen means to play. Spielen is to play. And AU is au, if you remember, so cow. So kaufen is to buy. And trinken is to drink. Okay, so be very attentive here. So now let's look at the leftmost N. Okay, so if you see here, we see that we saw ish is I, okay. Then we have do, which is informal you. Then we have RZS, he, she, it. Then we have wir. Then we have ihr, which is you all, okay. In the bracket, it's just written you, but it's actually you all. And then we have this two Z's on in the last one, okay. What is the two Z's? One Z is formal you, and the other Z means they. Okay, the first Z is formal you, and the other Z is they. Okay, so now let's look at how to conjugate it. Yeah, so whenever I want to say I am learning, or I am playing, or I am buying, or I am drinking, let's look at all these words. See, all these verbs on top, you have lernen ending with en. Now, instead of en, you just replace it with e. So instead of en comes e. Can you see the e which I have highlighted? Okay, so whenever it's I, ish, lerne, or spiele, or kaufe, or trinke. So learn is the base word with en as the ending. Spiel is the base word with en as the ending. Okay, so in its full form, the verb is always ending with en. Now, when we conjugate a verb, we remove the en, okay, and just replace it with an e. Okay, so in ish, we just replace the en with e. So lerne, spiele, kaufe, trinke. Okay, so when it's ish, when it's I, remember when it's ish, the verb should always end with just an e. And when it's with do, informal you do, the verb, instead of en, you just write an st. It should always end with st. Lernst, spielst, kaufst, trinkst. Okay, so du lernst, you learn, du spielst, you play. Okay, du kaufst, you buy, du trinkst, you drink. So are you getting it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now RZS, I have clubbed them together because it's gonna be same always. Okay, their conjugation. So ish, it's me, I, the first person. Do, it's another person, second person. And RZS, he, she. Okay, that's third person. Okay, when it's RZS, he, she, it, instead of en, you just have to write a t. Okay, so learned, or z spielt, or s kauft, trinkt. Okay, so here she has also the ending t. Similarly, s, it also has the ending t. So rzs is ending with t. Okay, next moving on to wir, that is we. So wir, can you see? It comes back to the original verb. it ends with en again. Okay, so lernen comes back as lernen dash spielen, spielen. Okay, so for plural we, it is the same original verb again. Then moving down to ear, which is you all. How does it look? It's ending with T again, like RZS, okay? But then we write it separately because not for all verbs it is the same. For these set of verbs, it's ending with T, okay? But there are many other verbs for which ear conjugates differently, okay? So we just keep that separately. And then we have the formal you and they, both are Z's. So, I call it as big Z and small z. Okay, it's again the original verb, the same original verb ending with en. Lernen, spielen, kaufen, trinken. So, any doubts in this?
No, ma'am.
Okay, if you have no doubts in this, what you can do now is try the good. If you have no doubts, then you can try the conjugation of wohnen and kommen. You just try it in your notebook. Anyways, as a sample, I've just put up the conjugation of wohnen. You can try out the conjugation of kommen also. Wohnen means to live and kommen means to come.
Yes, Abhinav, do you have a question?
Hi. Yes, ma'am. I have one. Am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Yes, ma'am. So I have one question. So do all the verbs end with en, or are there few verbs that don't end with en?
So the verb in its infinitive form ends with en.
Okay. So okay.
So yes, so you can recognize a verb when you see that it's ending with en.
Okay. Got it.
Okay.
And then we can
That is
just make use of
conjugated.
these endings for each of the.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Okay. Got it. Thank you.
Yeah. Welcome.
Also,
So if you look,
sorry to interrupt.
yeah.
We've also dropped an attendance form. So I request all the attendees to just fill it whenever you can. Thank you. You can continue, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, so let's look at wohnen. So it's ish wohne. So again, drop out the en and just add an e. And for du, wohnst. So drop out the en and add an st. For z and s, so you can include z and s also. He, she, and it. You drop out en and add a t. For wir, it's the whole verb again, wohnen. For ear, you drop out en and add a t, so won't. And for big Z and the small z, that is you formal and they, you again have the whole verb. So has someone conjugated kommen? Would someone like to share that with us? Okay, so kommen, let's look at it. For ish, it is komme. So instead of en, you just added e. Very good. Yeah. And for du,
Kommst.
yeah, you pronounce it as kommst. There's no e, no? So instead of en, so kommst. That's right, Shweta. Kommst. RZS? Yes.
Count.
Count, very good. Then wear, common, good. Ear,
Count.
count, good. And Z, so big Z and small z is common. Very good. So you got a grip on it now, right? So let's start off our first translation. So before starting the translation, just a note. Remember, present tense and present continuous tense are the same in German. So if I say he drinks or he is drinking, it's the same in German. So you don't have to panic because of that. Okay. So let's start that. So how would you say it drinks? It's all what we have seen thus far. So what is it?
S.
Yes, and drinks. Okay, common means to come. Yeah, so it drinks.
Ma'am, S. Drink.
Super. Okay, so S, drinked. Very good, very good. The next one, we are coming.
We are common.
Very good. We are common. Okay, so are coming or just we come or we are coming, it's the same. It's we are common. Very good. I am learning.
Ish
Ish
learning.
learne.
Very good. Super. So you all are getting it, right? I'm happy. They are buying. No, Shweta, try it again.
See coffin.
Very good. It's
Coffin.
just, it's just Z, coffin. Okay, no bin over there. Z, so Z, they is Z, and are buying, I said, is the same as present tense. Okay, so it is kaufen.
Excuse me, ma'am. I am learning can also be ich bin spielen, right?
No, that isn't correct because bin is also a verb and spielen is also a verb. Two verbs cannot come like that together.
Okay.
Actually, there are verbs, two verbs that will come in a sentence, but you know, the way the sentence is formed with two verbs is different. Okay, so.
Thank you, ma'am.
For now, welcome. You are playing?
Du spielst.
Very good. Du spielst. Very good. You are buying. Now this in brackets I put F, which means you have to use a formal you.
Sie spielen.
Sie kaufen. Yeah,
Kaufen.
kaufen. Okay. Yeah. Yes, that's right. Okay. It's Sie kaufen. You all are drinking. So you all. What is the word for you all?
Air.
That's right.
Yeah.
Ihr, what?
Trinken.
Trinken.
Drink.
Ear drink.
It's trinked, ending with T. Okay, it's not trinken, it's trinked. Ear, trinked. Okay, so ear, its conjugation always ends with T. He lives.
Er won't.
One.
Er won't. Okay, not wohnen, it's er won't. Very good. They are playing.
She's feeling.
Yeah, can you come again?
She's feeling.
Very good. Yes, it is
Sie
Sie
spielen.
spielen. That's
Spielen.
right. Okay. Yes, that's right. She comes.
Sie kommen.
Sie kommt.
Yes, it is sie kommt. Not common. It is kommt, ending with T. Right? She. RCS. Okay. RCS is something where you end the verb with T. So sie kommt. Okay. So are you all happy that you were able to translate these small sentences in German?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Very
ma'am.
good. Okay, so now let me ask you a question before moving forward. How can you make out whether it is, whether the Z mentioned in a statement or a sentence is she or they or you formal? Because it is Z, all three are Z. So how can you make out the difference whether it is she or they or you formal? Anyone?
If it is you formal, the first S will be capital always.
Okay, very good.
Ma'am, it depends on the verb, ma'am. Like if they've used ST, whether they've just put E or whether they've put NT or EN. Based on that also.
Very good, very good. Okay, so if it is she, okay, Z, if I want to say she drinks, it is Z trinkt, okay, ending with T. If I want to say they drink, it is Z trinken, okay, there the verb ends with En. Yes, for they it ends with En, and for she it ends with just T. Okay, and for the formal you can of course if it is capital S, all these letters, all these Z might be in capital S at the beginning of the sentence. So how can you make out if it's a formal? You always have to look at the context of the passage. Okay, so looking at the context of the passage, we will understand whether it's formal you or they or she. Okay. Okay, so let's now look at some rules to follow. So a sentence always begins with a capital letter, just like in English. Okay, but this is not like in English. All nouns are always in caps lock, even in the middle of a sentence. If I want to say, I am drinking tea, so I will definitely be a capital letter because that's the start of the sentence. But I am drinking tea. Tea is also a noun, right? So tea in English will not be in caps lock, but then tea in German should be in capital letters because it is a noun. So every noun in a sentence, even if it's in the middle of a sentence or at the end of a sentence, it has to be written in capital letters. Okay, so this we should hammer this into our minds. And the third one is subject and verb should always be in agreement, same like in English, okay? But it's different over here, just that you have to remember when it's ish, it should end with E. When it's do, the verb should end with ST and so on. Subject and verb are always together. They cannot be separated. So just remember like jigre dos, okay, or chatti buddies or whatever you want, okay. So we have to have that in our minds, okay. So if I say ish, I should trinke, okay. I cannot say ish tea trinke. No, with the subject immediately should come the verb. Okay, so ish trinke or ish pile. If I want to say I am playing cricket, ish pile cricket. I cannot say ish cricket pile. So ish and cricket has come in between the subject and the verb. I cannot separate them. They have to be together, the subject and the verb. I hope you're getting the point.
Ma'am?
Yeah?
I just had a curious question now that you've mentioned it. In English, we have a concept known as active voice and passive voice. Is there any such thing in German
Yes.
also?
Yes, it is there.
Okay.
It is there.
Thank you.
Yeah. Welcome. Okay, and this we've seen this already. Present tense and present continuous tense are the same. So in English, if I give you a sentence like I am drinking tea and I drink tea, so don't get confused, it's the same. Okay, and look at the simple sentence. We've already seen this. Subject first, verb next, and the object. So the object is mostly a noun. Okay, so I am drinking tea. So tea is a noun. Or I am playing cricket. Cricket is a noun. So that noun should always be in capital letters. Okay. Okay, so we'll look at the closed questions later. Okay, so now let's look at some more translations. Some new words over here for you. So T is pronounced as te, E is A, right? So te. In German is in itself. From, like I'm coming from Chennai, so it means aus. Then football is Fußball. Okay, it's pronounced as Fußball. I have put a double S over here, but you actually have to use that SZ symbol. Okay, so Fußball is with that SZ symbol. Then water is Wasser. Okay, Wasser is water. And German, EU is Oi, if you remember, so it's Deutsch. Okay, German is Deutsch. The language German is Deutsch. Okay, so this is like a small dictionary of words that I have used in this translation. Yes, so you can try this out now. I drink tea.
Ich trinke Tee.
Very good.
Ich trinke tea.
We live in Bangalore.
We're living in
We're
Bangalore.
born in Bangalore.
We're born in Bangalore.
Very good. So wir wohnen in should come. Okay, so in is the same I have mentioned over there. So wir wohnen in Bangalore. Okay, whatever. Good. He comes from Delhi.
Er kommt Delhi.
Here comes aus Delhi.
That's right.
Er
Aus.
kommt aus Delhi.
Very good. Okay, so don't miss out the aus. Prepositions are very important. Er kommt aus Delhi. Very good. She plays football.
There,
They
Spielen
Fußball.
Football.
He spells football. Football.
Sie spielen Fußball.
Okay, so it is she, so it is not spielen, it is spielt, ending with t. So it's sie spielt Fußball. Okay, sie spielt Fußball.
Football is foosball. Foosball in
Yes.
India basically refers to the table, on-table football that's played. So what is foosball
that's
in
right.
German?
Okay. It's Fußball is football. It is football.
Do they have a separate name for the foosball that we play on the table?
No, actually that is called Tischkicker actually in German. So Tisch means table. So it's like a table, table kick game. So it's called Tischkicker.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. The next one, it drinks water.
is drink.
Trinkt Wasser.
Very good. Es trinkt Wasser. is no ba. Okay, so Wasser. Okay, they are buying apple. So I've not given apple here because we already have seen the word.
Sie kaufen Apfel.
Very good. So it is Z, okay? So Z, kaufen, Apfel. So IE, remember if we saw that in the pronunciations, IE should be pronounced as E. So Z, okay? So Z, kaufen, Apfel.
Kaufen Apfel.
Very good. You are learning German.
Do learn.
Sie lernen sich.
Deutsch, okay. Sie lernen Deutsch. That's right. If you are using the formal you. If you are using the informal you, then how would the sentence go?
Du lerne.
It's du lernst Deutsch. Okay, lernst, ST, ending with ST. Du lernst Deutsch. Okay, so is this all fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. So you understood these sentences. So now let's look at some of these sentences. I want you to try to correct these sentences. See if something is not okay in the first sentence. Beer, trinkt, Kaffee.
Trinken.
Very good. Okay, it should be wir trinken Kaffee. So Kaffee is coffee. Okay, so some more new words for you. Vocabulary. Kaffee is coffee. So wir trinken Kaffee. Yeah, what's wrong in this sentence?
Ich kauft. Coffee.
Is it ich kauft? Ich doesn't end with kauft.
Ma'am, B should be capital.
Very good. That's right. Okay. So, banana is a noun, right? So it should be in capital. So banana in German is pronounced as banane, or when you speak fast, it becomes banana. Okay. So ich kaufe banana. So B should be in caps lock. That's right. This sentence,
In E should be capital.
Very good. Anything else?
Guitar as well. It's capital.
That's right. Okay. So spielt Gitarre. So Gitarre is guitar. Okay. So E should be capital in and G should be capital in Gitarre. What's not okay in this sentence?
She lerne.
Lerne L is capital, ma'am.
L is capital.
Yeah, okay. Sie lernen Russisch. Russisch is Russian. The verb should not be in caps lock. Okay, so L should not be in capital letters. So Sie, small l, Sie lernen Russisch. So what does the sentence mean? Sie lernen Russisch?
She learns Russian.
Russian.
Is it she learns? Just look at the sentence carefully.
They
No,
learn.
ma'am.
Learn.
It means
She learned Russian.
She's learning Russian.
Yeah, learning.
no, but it is not at all.
You are learning.
They.
Yeah.
They learn.
They or you formal.
Yes, exactly. It is either they or you formal. It is not she. Because if it is she, then lernen should have ended with T. Learned. That's right. Okay. So we should be very careful with that. Okay. So this is either they are learning Russian or you formal. Okay. You are learning Russian. Good. Ihr kommen Deutschland. What's wrong in this?
Ihr kommt.
Very good. Then something else is also missing. Ihr kommt Okay, you all are coming from Deutschland. Where is the
House.
home? Yes,
Aus.
okay. Aus is missing. Okay, so ihr kommt aus Deutschland. Okay, Deutschland means Germany. So basically, Deutschland, Deutsch means German. We've seen that, and Land means country. So it's the country of Germans. So Deutschland. Okay. Yeah. This sentence. Du wohnst in Malleshwaram.
Wants, mom.
Yeah, what is wrong with that? What is wrong with that?
It's one in.
Once.
For do. For do. For do, it's not wohnen, right?
Once. Once.
No. Just say clearly.
Ma'am, the sentence doesn't have a full stop.
Very good. That's right. The sentence doesn't have a full stop. That's the only thing missing over there. Okay. Otherwise, the sentence is perfect. Du wohnst in Malleshwaram. You live in Malleshwaram. It doesn't have a full stop. Yeah. What's not okay in this sentence?
Wasser should be the W should be capital.
Very good. So S trinkt Wasser. So Wasser W should be with capital. Yes.
Capital.
Very good. Yes. Sie kauft Wassermelone.
In watermelon,
Cow.
W should be capital.
Capital
W is
letter and
supposed
full
to be in
stop.
capital.
Full stop.
Yes, and full stop. And full stop.
Full stop is
Sie
not
kauft. Yeah, full stop. No. So just two
Kaufen.
mistakes. Wasser.
Sie
Oh
kaufen.
no. No, it depends. No, if it's she, it is kauft only. No, sie kauft. That's correct only. But just that Wassermelone is watermelon, and that should be with capital W, and a full stop is missing. Okay. So did you take down these words that we learned for today on the right? So coffee is cafe, banana is banane, guitar is guitare, Russian is Russisch, Germany is Deutschland, India is Indian. So India in German language is Indian. Okay. Water is Wasser, and the word and is und. Good. All okay?
Yes, mom.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now the last thing, greetings in German. So how do we greet people in German? So let's look at that. Okay. So some of you might have already known this word, no? Guten Morgen, Guten Abend. Okay. So look at these words. Guten Tag means good day. Okay. So basically till 10 in the morning, we usually wish people saying Guten Morgen, the one on the right. Guten Morgen. Okay. Morgen means morning, and Guten is good. Okay, so Guten Morgen is till 10 in the morning, and after that till evening we say Guten Tag, good day. So whenever you meet someone on the road or anywhere, you just say Guten Tag. Okay, and you can also use the word hello, which is pronounced as hallo. H-A is ha, so hello. Then for good evening, it's Guten Abend. Guten Abend is evening. And then good night is gute. So here you don't have an end for good. So it's just gute. It's not guten. It's gute and Nacht. Okay. So CH, remember this pronunciation. CH in German is sometimes pronounced as sure, as in dish. Okay. So sometimes it's pronounced as sure, and sometimes it's pronounced as kur. So here it's pronounced as kur. So Nacht is night. Gute Nacht. So gute Nacht is actually not a greeting word, it's a parting word. So when you meet someone in the night, you don't greet them saying gute Nacht, but you can say hello, and when you're parting your ways, you can then say gute Nacht.
How we should pronounce good evening?
Guten Abend. Guten Abend. Okay, so guten Abend. Gute. So E is A, right? So gute. So you have to, that E should be clearly heard. Gute Nacht. And then we have Auf Wiedersehen, which means goodbye. That's a formal way of saying, goodbye. Auf Wiedersehen is goodbye. So the more commonly used word is the next one below in the last row, which is with T, Tschüss. Okay, so you try to roll your tongue to even get the T, but then it's not heard. So it's Tschüss, which means bye. So this is a more commonly used word among friends and, Tschüss. And sometimes people just say the last word, bis bald. Bis bald means bald is soon and bis is till. So it's like till we meet soon. Okay, so bis bald. So when you part ways, you can either say tschüss or bis bald. Auf Wiedersehen is usually said in a formal setup. Okay, so like, to your boss or with colleagues, you can say Auf Wiedersehen. And the word, last word in the middle, danke and schön. Schön we have already seen, it means beautiful. But here it doesn't make sense. Danke, schön means thank you very much. Danke is the word for thank you. You can just even say danke. So there are different ways of thanking. You can even just say danke, or you can say danke sehr. S-E-H-R is sehr, which means, thank you very much. Or we can also say vielen Dank. So V is Frau, right? For vielen Dank. Vielen Dank means thanks much. So viel means much. Okay, so vielen Dank is thanks much, or many thanks. So we can use any one of this. Usually the more common one is danke, just danke.
Bis bald.
Bis bald is till we meet soon. Okay, it's like see you soon in English. Okay, and then when
the tschüss.
Yes.
Ma'am, I believe there's
And to
another way
tschüss.
of saying thank you. It goes like danke dir, D-I-R.
Yeah. So like we have not yet learned DIR and all, no? So that is why I've not put that down here. Okay, so
All right.
these there and yeah, because that is actually a possessive article. So that's a different thing totally. Here I'm trying to teach you new words also with the sehr. I've added sehr because it means thank you very much. So very, when I want to say very beautiful, you can say sehr schön. Okay, so I'm giving you more words in your vocabulary list. And vielen Dank is many thanks or thanks much. Okay. Someone else also was asking something.
And what is that? To tschüss.
It is tschüss. Okay, so tschüss means bye. Bye. Okay, and then the words on the right, when you thank someone, what do you say in English? You're welcome, right? So that is what bitte means. Bitte and bitte schön. Like when someone says danke, you can just say bitte. But when someone says danke schön, then you have to respond by saying bitte schön. Okay, so this bitte is a nice word, like, but it's a very confusing word. So it's used a lot in Germany. So you can look at this. If I want to say pardon, then also I say bitte. Okay, like I've not heard what you've said, and I say pardon, and I want to say pardon me, please. So you use bitte with that question markish tone. Okay, bitte kind of thing. And if I want to say, please go ahead, or please, then also I say bitte. Or if I want to say here you go, I use bitte. If I want to say you're welcome, then it's bitte. If I say not at all, like, then also it's bitte. Okay, so in Germany you would hear this bitte a lot. So, by the way, Germans are very formal folks, okay? So, they are very polite and formal in their conversations. Yeah, and the next one is like, if you have stepped on someone's feet or like whatever, just to say, excuse me. Now, a big word for you, it is, you can just break it down. It's Entschuldigung. So, Entschuldigung means excuse me. Entschuldigung. So when you go fast, it's like Entschuldigung. So you cannot hear the T and you cannot hear the last G also. Entschuldigung. And when you want to say, I'm sorry, okay, usually we say I'm sorry, like, when you want to give some, when you're condoling the death of someone or something like that, that's when we usually use this word, sorry. So tut mir leid. So tut mir leid is I'm sorry.
Ma'am, can you repeat it?
It's tut mir leid. EI is I. So just go by the pronunciation that I had taught before. Okay. So E and I are vowels and they've come together and, they are diphthongs. So EI is I. So leid. Okay. So tut. U is U. So tut mir leid. Tut mir leid is I'm sorry.
Ma'am, can you pronounce that Entschuldigung?
Yeah, it is N. Yeah, no problem. It is, I'm just breaking it down for you. It's Entschuldigung. Okay, so Entschuldigung. So when you go fast, it sounds like Entschuldigung.
Ma'am, what's bitte schon? Like, what's the
Yeah.
meaning of
Bitte, see, schon, when it's, there's actually no literal translation for this in English. Schon actually means beautiful. Okay, so when someone thanks you by saying danke schön, in the sense like usually, let me give you an example. The senior citizens in Germany, they use this word a lot, danke schön. Why? Because either someone has a joint pain or something, and they're using a walking stick, and something from their bag or something falls down, and they're unable to bend and take it, and you help them. That's when they use danke schön, because they're really appreciative of what you have done. You have done something that is very tough for them. Okay, so then, like when they say danke schön, the response to danke schön is bitte schön. Okay, so
Excuse me,
basically,
ma'am.
yeah.
Ma'am, where does the me lie in Entschuldigung?
Can you come again? I didn't get you.
Ma'am, where does the me in excuse me lie in Entschuldigung?
Okay, so it's just that there is no separate word for me. You don't over here. Okay, you don't have to use that word me. Just the word Entschuldigung itself means excuse me. Okay, there is no separate word
Thank
in
you, ma'am.
German. yeah, used over here for me. It's just the meaning in English, okay? Yeah, any other doubts in this slide?
Mama, I had one question. So you were saying for I'm sorry, you were saying tut mir lied,
Line.
right?
Yes.
So is that only used in a formal context, like if you're trying to console or send my condolences or something like that, or is it for
Yeah.
like if we make like a small mistake, generally we say that I'm sorry. Do we use this for that as
Generally,
well?
yeah, so generally among friends, like we just use Entschuldigung. If I make a mistake also, I can just say Entschuldigung. But if I come late to a class, say, then when
Okay.
then when I'm entering the class, like to my teacher whom I respect, I say, tut mir leid, ma'am. Okay.
Got
So,
it.
as you said, yeah, it's used in a formal setup.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, welcome. Okay, so now let's go to the last slide for today. We are also, almost coming to our closure. So, like, how do we introduce ourselves? Okay, so I want you all to take this back with you all. So, I'm just introducing myself here so that you can, figure out how you can introduce yourself. Okay, it's just from what we have learned today. Okay, so Guten Abend. What is Guten Abend?
Good evening.
Good evening.
Very, very good.
Good evening.
Yeah, so this is a new sentence for you. Mein Name ist Debbie Julius or Ich bin Debbie. Okay, so Ich bin Debbie is the informal way of introducing yourself, but in a formal setup, when you have to say mein Name, that is my name is so and so. So in a formal setup, when you introduce yourself, you definitely have to give your surname. But in an informal setup, your surname is not needed, just your first name is enough. Okay, so can you see the difference? So Ich bin Debbie is in an informal setup. Mein Name is Debbie, which means my name is Debbie, is in a formal setup. Okay, Ich bin means am. So I am Debbie. That's an informal. Then the rest of the sentences, you all know, Ich komme aus Indien, aus Vizag. So I have just written, I come from India, from this place. Okay, so you can just finish it off in one sentence itself, using the preposition aus. So I come from India, from this place. Okay. Ich wohne in Bangalore, in Jaipur. So this also you can finish it off in one sentence. I live in this city, in this area. Like that. Ich trinke Kaffee und Tee. I drink coffee and tea. So all the words that we have learned. Ich spiele cricket. Okay, so we have learned this sentence. Ich lerne Deutsch. Okay, just a small introduction of ourselves. So you can also try writing, like from all that we have learned today. You can try it out on your own. And whenever you start a sentence with ish, I remember all the verbs that you use have to end with an e. Okay, don't make mistakes in that. And when you use the word komme, ish komme, I come from, the preposition should be there. Or I live in, the preposition in should be there. Don't miss out the prepositions. Is it all clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, how about the word okay or all right? How do we do that?
Okay, so can I stop my screen share?
Yeah, sure.
So okay is okay itself. You can just say okay itself, not a problem. And if you want to say exactly, like when someone says something and you agree with them, most of the time Germans use the word exactly. Okay, so for that the word is genau. Okay, so let me just. Yeah, so for that
Tulasi, you
I
can
just
go
put it in
ahead
the chat.
and ask your question.
Ma'am, what do you say for wash your hands, or have you washed your hands or something like that?
Yeah, so we need to learn your, no, it's a possessive article. So that will, like, I don't want to just give you the sentences. It wouldn't help you when you're learning the language. I think you should go step by step. So, like, I think, like, if you have any doubts on what we've learned today, that's fine. But beyond that, like, slowly we will get to learn those things, okay?
How we can say yes or no?
Yes. So that, yeah, I mentioned this, right? Yeah is yes and nine is no.
9.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So someone has already put up their intro over here. That's nice, Krishna Arjun. So Ishkome, so Kome should not be in caps lock, right? It should be in with small k. Bone also should be with small w. And Ishtrinketi and Shpile should be with small s, because verbs should all not have capital letters. Okay, so please don't put capital letters in verbs. Good.
Ma'am, someone asked the German word for love.
Okay, so I'm just putting it here. Oh, okay, because we are having a Valentine's Day around the corner. Okay, so then let me give you the full sentence for you to use it. Okay, in case you want it. Yeah, but this also has preposition. Okay, ich liebe dich is I love you. That's the sentence. Yeah,
Anyone
so
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah, go ahead.
Ma'am, ich spreche nur ein bisschen Deutsch. Und
yeah.
where can I continue learning more advanced German? Like, do you conduct any classes for that, or?
Yes, I do.
From
I
start?
do teach. Yeah, I do till B1. Okay, so I do teach. Yeah, there are students who come to me to learn on a one-on-one basis or also in a group. So if you have friends who would, all of you join together and like to learn, as I said, like it's, the learning is more effective, like if we, are in a group, because I can make you all speak with one another, and that's how we learn the language better. Otherwise, we don't get to speak a foreign language outside, right? So, yeah, so that's the way usually it goes. You can either try in Goethe Institute. I don't know where you've learned your German, but you can try it in Goethe Institute. They're the ones who formally give the certificate, or you can come to me or go to any other German trainer. But then, like, the certificate would be given by the Goethe Institute.
All right, ma'am.
Yeah.
And in case I have the need to contact you, then how will it be? How can I do it, ma'am? For the class.
That's my number. That's my number.
All right. Danke.
Bitte.
Does anyone else have any questions?
Danke schön für.
Bitte schön.
Okay, I guess we'll go ahead then. Ma'am, vielen Dank. We're learning basic Deutsch. I hope that was okay.
Yeah, sehr gut, sehr gut. Very good.
Yeah, I now hand the session over to Rufina.
Thank you, Meghna. So that was a wonderful and extremely interactive event, and I'm sure everyone enjoyed kickstarting their German journey today as much as I did. So firstly, I'd like to start off with thanking Debbie Julius, ma'am, our instructor for today, for conducting such a fun and interactive German language workshop. All the participants thoroughly enjoyed today's session with you. Next, I would like to thank Rotaractor Arun from Bangalore East for providing us with the platform link for today's workshop. Many thanks to the Rotaractors from Rotaract Palmville who organized this event, Rotaractor Sakshi, Rotaractor Meghna, Rotaractor Anirudh, Rotaractor Kaushik, Rotaractor Ayappa, Rotaractor Nihar, and myself for organizing this event. I would also like to extend my gratitude towards all the participants, Rotaractors, Rotarians, interactors, and members of the community for taking time off on a weekend to expand their linguistic capabilities. Last but not least, a huge thank you to our 26 partner clubs, Rotaract KLE Pharma, RC PGDAV, Rotaract Basaveshwara Nagar, RC Bangalore Green Park, RC BSW, RC JNC, RC Jayanagar, RC SC, RC MV, RC Koramangala, RC Midtown, RC RIMS, Rotaract Bangalore Orchards, Rotaract Bengaluru Nagasandra, Rotaract Club of NSHM, Knowledge Campus of Kolkata, Rotaract Club of Bangalore Nagarbavi, Rotaract Club of Thane Green City, RC APS, RC BMS College for Women, RC Dhulikar, RC E Club of Bangalore Green City, RC Vidyaranyapura, RC Presidency College, RC Bangalore North, RC SBM GEC, and lastly, Interact Cosmopolis. Dankeschön and thank you for joining us today. Tschüss.
Thank you so much, ma'am. We all enjoyed the session a lot. You added those fun exercises, fun facts. All of that made it much more interesting. Thank you so much for taking the time off and spending time with us today. Thanks everyone for joining us. Ma'am, do you have any last words to say?
No, like for those who are interested today, I would say that please continue learning German. It's a fun language. Of course, it is tough, but then if you have a little bit of flair for language learning, then you can go a long way and it's really going to help you. So keep learning. It'll, make you young.
Definitely, ma'am. Thank you. All of us can turn on our videos. We will take a group picture now. And if you all require a follow-up session, please reach out to us. We will think about that soon. Okay, are we all ready? Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1, smile.